Uh-oh, that snuck up on me. How's everybody doing? I got distracted. Surprise. Good morning. Oh, Vic and Tony, Vic, Tony, Nate, David, thanks for not leaving me alone this morning. Hey, Quindor, how's it going? Ooh, I'm barely awake. That's not totally true. I did wake up and take a shower and such already. What? Sunday already? Yeah. I'm working tomorrow, Ryan, so I thought I'd do it today. I did put it on the calendar, but, you know, when you're inconsistent, like I am. Oh, man, good morning. I'm waking up still. Fortrax is here, and Tommy and Okert. Oh, how you been? First stream for a while, yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Pretty much PM in Italy. Oh, Vic, you're in Italy. Nice. Ooh, so Sir Charles, real link cameras on NVR work fine. The issue I had was a Unify issue. Are you using, tell me about this, Sir Charles. You're using the Home Assistant integration for your real link cameras, your real link NVR? That would be amazing. Oh, Bearded Tinker and mostly Chris are streaming too. Oh. New Alinj. I don't know what that means, but I would love to learn. Oh man, what are we working on? So what we're working on, oh man, look at that. Thank you very much, Doom Raider. There's a lot of things we could talk about. I've actually had many almost successes. Oh, did you know yesterday? Your partner loves the containers that came in. Needless to say, we're both happy. That's funny, Ryan. The containers are from the dollar store, or you can get them at the dollar store. I actually have been buying them in bulk. You know, I have to buy 900 at a time, but so I bought them. Sometimes I still get them at the dollar store, but yeah, those little containers are to be had at the dollar store. So yeah, the ideas for what we can talk about today, because we've got, I've got a lot of things that are happening or have happened or are close to happening. I gotta move this a little bit. The light's gonna get right on that camera lens in a second. So what did I put in the title? So the DIYBMS, that's probably not super interesting to everybody, but it's a major step forward for the EV bug. I can talk about that a little bit. Luciferin. You guys remember Luciferin? Luciferin is an alternative to Hyperion. So we can talk about that. We can talk about Hyperion a little bit, because I've been working on that. We can definitely talk about the wired alarm and how that's coming with the Arduino Mega and the Ethernet connection. All of those things are almost done or almost working totally, but not totally working. There's another thing that came up too that I found. It was called, or somebody, they contacted me, it's called Lumia Stream, which is a way to get the stream, like you guys in the chat, interacting with LEDs in the office here. So that would be pretty cool. I also put in there webhooks. We could talk about webhooks when we've been going through, you know, all the new things that have come up with Home Assistant Blue, or with me transitioning to Home Assistant Blue. So going through and thinking about all the new stuff that I've been setting up in my priorities, and really thinking about, okay, not just what do I like to play with, but what's actually useful. And webhooks is in that list, and we could play with that a little bit. Almost working. Yeah, that's funny. So anyways, what do you guys think about some of those ideas? And Permatrac, Permatrac is in the United States, but I guess, there's some kind of a super backlog at the ports now. Like, thank you, Corona, but we can't, it hasn't been able to get from it's landed in the United States, but we've been waiting for at least 2 weeks for it to go from the port to Utah. And I haven't gotten any update that it is anywhere closer than it was 2 weeks ago. So yes, it will happen soon. And if you want to get, that's another thing we have to talk about is the quads. If you can go, actually, I need to set this up. If you go to permatrac.us, I know we've talked about this a little bit, permatrac.us, it's mostly here, right? The website, this is what it'll be. How do you like that logo? I like it. I think it's awesome. Anyways, so that'll be there. But if you want to get a notification when it's going to be, when it's going to come in, I've got it on my website, but I'm not going to sell it through mine. I'm going to sell it through this. It doesn't make much difference other than where the funds go. But this right here, email when stock available. Put your email in there, and when it happens, buy now. There's no buy now. It'll be buying now. Anyways, put your email in there, and I'll take that email list and shoot everybody a message once it's in, once it's finally here. I'll tell you what, I'm getting, anyways. Yeah. Getting nervous about, oh, look, there it is. Now the sun is on top of my camera. So it happens when you stream in the morning, I guess. Okay, I guess that's all right. And then the other thing that probably along those same lines people are going to ask about is the quads, because Quindor's listing, he's got quads listed for sale, and I have the quads sitting here. But what's happened, or what's happening, is I guess PayPal decided that there was some suspicious activity on my account, and they froze my account, my PayPal account. So right now my PayPal account is in limbo. I've given them the information that they asked for, and I'm just waiting for them to tell me that it's back on track. So I would hate to post these and say, okay, they're ready for sale, and then have some sort of a problem with the checkout process or the payment process. So horrible timing by PayPal, but anyways, that's where we're at with that. So as soon as PayPal gets themselves sorted out, I'll post I think I have 400 or so of these, and I'll post them for sale, and we'll go from there. So how's it going? Yeah, they froze my account. Can you believe that? Somebody's crying downstairs. Seems about right. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So what's the consensus here? What do you guys want to hear about? Probably the wired alarm. You want to hear about the wired alarm? So let me tell you what has gone on with the wired alarm. So I got a lot of help from Worm, or one of the worms. There's a lot of guys that have been putting Worm in their name lately, but a fella named C# Worm, who's probably in the chat. He's usually here. Is he around? Well, this is for everybody who is here for the first time in a while, or just a big fan finally getting to say hi. Here we go. Unicorns. Has text changed since my videos? Mexico Matt. Yes. Yeah, I think it has. It has quite a bit. Can the Dig Uno be used to wire LED strips in a vehicle? Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. So here's some of the nice things about WLED. I think typically we think of it as, I'm scrolling already, right? We said we were going to talk about the alarm, and here we go. But typically we think of it as something that you're going to run like this, like in your house, and you're going to use it through the user interface like this, or on your phone or something. You connect it to your network, and you can tell it what to do here. But because of the options that are in the WLED firmware, you can totally run it independent of your network, or of any network. So it doesn't have to be connected to your house at all. Totally can be in your car. What I would do is you connect to the access point and go in there and set it all up. Put in the number of LEDs, put in your presets, divide up your segments. And then I would also make use of GPI 0, the button. So I think on the DigUno, I think you have pins available that you can connect some wires to make a button for GPIO 0. But if you connect GPIO 0, then you can do, long press, short press, double press, and make different things happen. And then you just put that button available, make that button available. Oh, it doesn't want, oh yeah, it does. Make that button available for your, in your car somewhere. You press that button and it'll turn on, it'll turn off, it'll switch presets, things like that. So I would totally, you can totally do that. I don't know why my matrix is being dumb this morning, but there it comes finally. I bet you it's connected. Watch, if we go look at the Dream Machine, I bet that matrix is like connected to the basement or something stupid. It's not even showing up. How can it not even be showing up? Yeah, it's not even showing up. Dumb thing. I don't even know why. It's probably because it's trying to connect to the basement. I saw that happen the other day. I was trying to, I just connected some WLED board up here for something, and I went to try and I was like, man, it's really slow, really slow. Why is it so slow? And I go to my router and look, and it's connected to the access point in the basement. So it's basically passing at least 3 closer access points to connect to the one in the basement. Ugh, lame. Lame. Anyways, back to the wired alarm system. You guys want to hear about the wired alarm system? Whew. Do I still play Destiny? Novel? What's going on, dude? No, I haven't. How you been? That's my nephew Nathan, I think. Did I see the Unify ESP Wi-Fi tip? Yeah, I did, and I didn't try it yet. I'll tell you what I did do, which seems to have helped a little bit, is I did disconnect AdGuard from the Unify. So I had AdGuard was serving as the DHCP. So I undid that, and that has helped at least a little bit. It's still not perfect, but at least I was able, after I did that, I was able to connect to some access points like the DIYBMS and the Luciferin devices that I was playing with. All right, well, let's talk wired alarm system for a minute, because I have had a the sketch that I was using. Let's find it here. Or do we know? Oh, it's going to show my password stuff. But anyway, I'll just tell you. So I had, for the wired alarm system, for those of you that are like, what the heck's he talking about, wired alarm system? Here it is. So this is an Arduino Mega, and it's connected to an Ethernet shield. And I also have this, which is just for a bunch of wire terminals. I'll tell you about the problem with that in a second too. So I had a simple sketch here, which allowed me to have an MQTT message anytime one of these pins went to ground. So what that allowed me to do would be to connect the sensors in the house. So we have a wired alarm system, an old wired alarm system in the house. And so windows and doors and stuff, they have these wired read switches, and the wires all go to this central hub in the basement. And my plan is to connect one side of those read switches to one of these pins and the other side to ground. And then when that door is closed, this will be grounded, and it will tell me, it will send an MQTT message and say, hey, it's grounded. So it's closed. The other thing I was doing with this is I had some other pins here set up so that when I sent a message to them, they would go high, and I connect those, or I will connect those to relays to run like the heat and the air conditioning and whatever else you would like to run that's in that same sort of central location. And the idea is I would be able to eliminate like 3 or 4 Wi-Fi devices and replace them with a wired, Ethernet wired connection which would be hopefully a lot more stable. Now, the sketch I made was working, and I was at the point where I was going to have to turn each of those connections basically into an entity in Home Assistant. So that would mean going into the YAML and making a binary sensor for each of those devices, or each of these pins, right? So one's the door for the kitchen, one's the door for the garage, one's the front door, one's the windows in the bedroom, one's the, blah, blah, blah. And I would go in and I would have to make a line for each one, or not a line, a section in YAML for each one of those. And I could do that, that's fine. But C#Worm here said, hey, let me help you. I know what we can do. We can make it so it uses MQTT auto discovery. And I said, that is genius. Yes, we should totally do that. And so we did that, or he did that, I should say. I didn't say we did that. He did that. Let me download this, and I'm going to make this available to everybody. He's probably like, what? Oh no, what if it's not good enough? Oh, it's good enough. It's plenty good enough. Let me just see if it's got any information that needs to be scrubbed of information first. Now, the one that it seems to have worked perfectly-ish. It seems to have worked perfectly-ish. And the ish is because it works perfectly for Worm on his, for C#Worm on his system, but for whatever crazy reason, once again, I'm finding new ways to break things. For me, it's been, the auto discovery wasn't working, and I'm still struggling to determine why. Let's see here. This is going to, I'm sure, reveal some passwords. I'm still struggling to determine why. I have an idea, so we can test out that theory here today, this morning. I think part of it might be, yeah, here we go. It's okay. It's scrubbed. I think part of it might be that the way that I was logging into the MQTT broker. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's a thing, but the way Worm had his setup working, he has the MQTT broker login and password in his Mosquito configuration. I did not. I left it blank and was just using a Home Assistant user. So if you were watching when we connected MQTT to my Home Assistant Blue, that's what we did. We just made a new user in Home Assistant called, named MQTT with a different password. And we're just using that for all of my MQTT clients to connect to the broker. And that works. It works great. It works fine for the other clients. But maybe that wasn't working for this. So I'm thinking two things might be possible. One, when you look at the Mosquito integration, if you go here to the Mosquito integration, when you go to MQTT, if you go to, I think it's under configure. Yeah, you can go to reconfigure. And if you go to reconfigure, it shows you that there is a username and password. I didn't create this username and password. This thing must have created this username and password. I'm wondering, one, maybe I need to use this username and password in the Arduino sketch so that when the alarm connects to the MQTT broker, it's using this username and password. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. It might. The other option, if that didn't work, would be to go into the configuration of the Mosquito. Let's see. Nope. Go in here to the configuration of this guy. No, not there either. Oh, it would be in the add-on. That's right. It would be in the add-on. Yep. In here, in the configuration, and add a username and password in here and see if that makes a difference. I don't know why either of those would matter, but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's the thing that's going on today. So what do you guys think? Any ideas about any of that? Building a marshmallow helmet using WLED. Found your channel a while ago. Thanks for all your help. You're welcome, Chad. That sounds like fun. I'd love to see pictures of it. Will it work independently if Home Assistant goes down? No. You would still need, not the way I have it. I suppose you could have something where there's an output from the Mega to do that, but anyways, let me show you this sketch. Let's look at this Arduino sketch. How many Arduino sketch files do we have? Can you link the equipment and the sketch? Yes, for sure. Let's upload this sketch. This sketch is it's got too many parts. I can put it, let's see if I can upload it in Discord. How does that sound? Let's go to Discord. Let's go to Discord and go to the there's a live stream links page. Excellent. And I think I can drop this Arduino sketch thing right in there, maybe. What do you think? That'll work, right? Of course it'll work. Okay. Thank you very much. Ahad Cove. Thanks for following. We're going to do this just because it's been a few minutes since we played any music. Okay, let's grab this zip. Our alarm Z's. Okay. Upload. All right, there it goes. Great. So in the live stream links channel in Discord, the alarm Z's is there. And if anybody, I'm sure a C# Worm would not mind anyone wanting to take that and change it. I guess we could put it on a repository. If somebody wants to do that, that'd be great. Help us out. Just make a quick GitHub repo out of that and link it to us so we can all kind of contribute and share and make it better. So that's that part. And then the hardware. Somebody asked about hardware. So it's an Arduino Mega. And I don't know if this is the best kit to use or not, but I'm using it because to me it was like, well, there's a bunch of pins and it's wired and all this stuff. So this is the Mega that I'm using. And I want to be clear. This is not like, oh yeah, this is totally the right solution for this. This is something I'm experimenting with. So I had poor Paul, a different Paul R, who's around, maybe here today. He went ahead and bought like all this stuff, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And he was putting it all together, and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm not like necessarily advocating that everybody start doing this. I mean, if you want to play with it, that's great. But I don't know that I've got all the answers yet. I don't have it all working yet. But we can all work on it together. So that's one part, the Arduino Mega. This is the other part. This is the shield. And then the last part is the Mega like screw terminal. Mega screw terminal. It's this one. I bought one. I thought it was cheaper. I thought it was like $14. Maybe it was on sale. Anyways, you don't have to buy this one, but something like it, right? Let's see. Yeah, whatever. It's close enough. You can find something like it. You don't have to buy this exact one. Now, I will tell you that this one, for some reason, when I put these things together, when I put the Ethernet, so the way that this should go, if you're going to use this, screw terminal thing, this thing lines up with this, right? You got to mash those two together, okay? And then this one goes on top, And I know you got to get it in the right place, and I know I have had it in the right place when I've tried it, but that one goes on top like that. So that should do it, and that should give you access to still use all of these connected to the right pins here on the Mega. But when I did that, it did not work. And there's these pins back here that weren't showing up, or that didn't pop through here. So I added those. I took them back out, but I put them in there at one point. And for some reason, when I had this thing connected like this, the Ethernet shield was not being recognized by the Mega. It was just like, yeah, there's no Ethernet shield. Sorry, can't help you. And I could not figure out why. I suppose I could try again to figure out why. But what I've determined that if I can't figure out why the connections weren't going through this board, they weren't getting the connections from the Ethernet shield, were not getting through this and into this. And I don't know why. But my solution is a hacksaw. Is that not a good idea? It's always a good idea. But I only need like the back half of these. So what I'm thinking I'll do is this Ethernet shield fits on here, right? And then all these back pins are still exposed. So I'm just going to take a hacksaw and or a Dremel, whatever, and I'm just going to Dremel off the back half of this and stick the back half of that on there. Because I really only need these terminals down here anyways. So that's my way to bypass that part of the problem. So that's a lot of me talking and not a lot of listening. Let's see what else is going on in El Chato. Exciting. All unknown new worlds in the title. Something to learn today. How's it going, Boz? Yeah, lots of stuff to learn today. Lots of stuff to learn in the title, huh? Permachannel update. Should I move on and buy also what do you use for arches in PVC? Oh, Larry, we're gonna have some. I mean, I've bought 10,000 pieces. That's 50,000 feet of Permatrac. It will eventually arrive in the United States. Some of it's here, some of it they're still building. It's Chinese holiday. The ports are backed up. So I would love for you to wait, but I understand if you got to just move on. We'll have it this year. We will have it. I don't know when. I wish it was now. We will have it. Screw shield with the 6 pins in the middle. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe that's the problem, is we need to buy the one with the 6 pins in the middle. I put the 6 pins in the middle, and it still didn't make a difference. But maybe the 6 pins, the way I did them, didn't work enough. And this one like this won't work because this one, you got to be able to put this guy on top, so that won't work. See, none of them have that in the middle. There's also this kind of a thing, which maybe that would work somehow. That's a little bit different, but that might work. This one looks very different, so something like that. Rail mount, ooh. I don't know. Part of me didn't want to. Maybe this is the one I bought because I had to put it together. So this is probably the one I used. Part of me doesn't want to spend a ton of money. Here's one that looks like it's. Oh no, that's just for the Uno, not for the Mega. So, anyways, I don't know. If anybody wants to try it and tell me what they find, I'm happy to learn from y'all as well. Best plug for power monitoring: Sonoff S31. Sonoff S31. Flash it with Tasmota. You're in business. My Casa is no longer showing up in Home Assistant. Has anyone had this issue before? It broke my home. Oh no, Caleb. I don't know what you mean. That's 5 miles of Permatrac. Oh, it's even more. It's like 10 miles, right? Because 5,000 feet. And I bought 5,000 5-foot pieces. So it's 25,000 feet. And I bought 2 packs of 5,000 pieces. So 10,000 5-foot pieces. 50,000 feet. That's 10 miles of Permatrac. Oh, man. Did I see now it supports 28 GPIOs on the ESP32? Ooh, that's awesome. Math. Math in public is hard. Math in public is so hard. Okay, thank you, Larry. It'll be worth it when it comes, man. It'll be worth it when it comes. We're going to get it. My guess is right now, I think what will happen is it will come, and then it'll come in the next couple of weeks. It can't take that much longer, my word. It will come in the next couple of weeks. We will take a week or two at the most to fill the back orders, because we still have poor, unfortunate souls who've been waiting since October to get it, because we got some in September and we're like, okay, great, this is selling great. And we bought some more. We paid for another shipment, big shipment. That's the one we're still waiting for. So that first 5,000 pieces that I bought from China, I paid for at the beginning of October, and it's still not here. But once we get it, we do have some orders to fill. And then once those orders are filled, we can take an assessment of how much we have left and then know how much to list for sale. So probably first part of March is my guess. Any recommendations for a light switch with motion sensor that can be flashed with Tasmota? I don't know. Say it in kilometers, it's even more. I like it, Peter. I love it. Yeah, that's right. And then if it's kilometers, that's even more. Do I get a discount if you pick it up? Yeah, you do, actually. Yeah, you do. I don't remember what exactly we were knocking off, but definitely save us some shipping costs. All right. So back to this Arduino thing. Do we want to try this for a minute? We want to try this? Somebody said, I will talk about this DIYBMS for a moment, just a moment, because somebody said, what the heck is that? And this to me was a major breakthrough that I had last night at like 12:30 at night when I should have been sleeping. Y'all know I was working on a electric bug, right? And I still love my bug. I walk past my bug in the garage every day and I look at it and I love it. And I think I want to drive that thing so bad. The problem I had was it was really slow. And I think the reason it was really slow was because the battery pack that I had was not able to put out enough current. So batteries have a C rating, and the C rating a lot of you guys know this, but for those who have never heard of it before, the C rating determines how much current the battery can put out. So if it's a 100 amp battery and it's a 1C, it can put out 100 amps at a time. If it's a 100 amp hour battery or something like that, put out 100 amps at a time. So the maximum, at least, and the BMS can limit that as well. And so maybe the battery modules themselves, the cells, maybe would survive a faster discharge. But the BMS, the battery management system, the little computer that keeps it from becoming a bomb, basically, has a mechanism for limiting how fast it can discharge so that it doesn't damage the cells. I think that the reason that the car was going so slow is because it couldn't output more than 100 amps at a time. And it needed to. If I could get it to 300 amps, should be able to go 3 times as fast. The motor can handle it. The motor controller can handle it. It was just not, I was measuring the current. It wasn't putting it out. So I bought a Leaf battery, an old Leaf battery, took it all apart, broke it down to the cells, the individual cells. That gives me enough to have like 300 and something volts. And I don't even remember what the amp hours is. It's like, well, by the time it's been degraded a little bit, but at least probably 16 kilowatts. It's probably at least a 15, 16 kilowatt hour battery. So that should be plenty. But I have to reconfigure it to match the voltage that I want. And so to do that, I have to take apart and get rid of their BMS, the BMS that Nissan puts in with the battery, because it's all made for a certain configuration. So I have to reconfigure all the cells to make it the voltage that I want. That means I need a BMS that is semi-custom. I could probably find one. There are some that you can buy and people will build them for you and all that stuff, and it'll cost you $1,000 or $1,500 or something. And that might be the right way to go. But how often do I do the right thing? I more often than not do the thing that seems like the most potential learning and fun. And if I'm curious about a thing, I want to figure it out. So I stumbled across this DIYBMS project, and basically it's actually an ESP8266 as the controller, the brain, and then a bunch of little modules. Each little module monitors the voltage of the different cells in the battery pack, and you can configure it so that it will, stay within your parameters. So the temperature parameters, of course, the voltage parameters. So the biggest problem is that it won't overcharge. So you want to make sure that it won't overcharge your cells. So if a cell is fully charged, but the cell next to it is not fully charged, you don't want the fully charged one to keep getting current pushed in. It will turn into a bomb. So the BMS, these little modules, when you get to a certain temperature, or not temperature, when you get to the right voltage, it will start to just discharge whatever current is coming in. It'll just discharge it as heat through some resistors, and that cell won't get any more charged, while the other cells that aren't as fast at charging will continue to charge. So anyway, so this is a project that was made by a guy named Stuart. And I bought the parts for it, put it all together with help from my neighbor friend, John, who's a super solderer and a super genius. And we put it together, and I just hadn't had the chance to sit down and try and make it work. And last night I finally did. I finally was able to sit down, connect the controller, connect a module, connect a battery. And what you're looking at right now is it working. So this is fantastic for me. This is exciting because this means now I can start to build my battery pack again. So once I build my battery pack, and I've got a BMS that is keeping me safe, keeping the battery safe, I can get it back in the car and get the car driving again. Isn't that awesome? 1.21 gigawatts. What is BMS? Battery Management System, Reese. Battery Management System. It's probably not terribly exciting to anybody that's not trying to build their own rechargeable battery. DIYBMS. I guess he has a version 5 now even. Stuart Pittaway. So you can go check out Stuart if you'd like. He's not as much a YouTube. He's done videos on here to help explain this stuff here, but most of it's all on the GitHub and stuff. But anyways, so this is what it will eventually be able to do, is to give me information about each cell in the battery pack and where it's at in the charge and all that stuff. So it should be pretty good. And the best part is it's way, way cheaper than spending a bunch of money. DIY Tech and Repairs, you're mentioned in his latest video, are you? Nice. Which one is his latest one? Is that the one? Because he put this one right here. I was just watching. As you can see, I've watched all of these multiple times. Okay, so there we go. Ooh, DIY Tech and Repairs. If you need help with, really? Oh, man. Okay, are we connected on Discord? Man, shoot me a message on Discord, buddy. Because I would love any expert assistance with that whole process. All right. How many times have we scrolled around today? All right, so Good Enough's here. What's up, buddy? What are those percents by the video? The percents? That's likes. That's how many people liked it versus disliked it. He's a very well-liked guy. Added some more MQTT and worked with the balance calculations. Okay, cool. Hopefully is it just firmware? I don't have to change my hardware. If it's the latest firmware, I'm running the latest firmware because I just loaded all this stuff in the last couple of days. Okay, let's see. TMC Backline says, what timer library did you use for the DrZzs sketch? I'm receiving the error, no matching function for call, simple timer. Simple timer is installed. It looks like I used simple timer. Is simple timer... Oh, simple timer might be one that you have to go and load. I don't know why we used that one, but simple timer might be one that you have to go load. So if you run into that kind of a problem with Arduino, Simple timer library for Arduino. So you might have to go. Arduino Playground is read only, starting description, get the code link. Fork. There's also a fork or simple timer supports standard function lambda expressions. So you might have to follow this process right here to get it done. If it's not already in, if it's not available here, right? So if you go to include library, manage libraries, you may have to add it. It may not be part of what the library manager already finds. So if we go here and we go simple timer, oh, probably one word. Oh, nope, you gotta spell it right, knucklehead. Simple timer. So it looks like I must have installed it differently, because here it says I haven't installed simple timer. But obviously the sketch is working for me. So if you can find simple timer, try that, see if that'll work. If that doesn't do it for you, then it's possibly you have to go through and kind of manually do it. It's basically it's not too big a deal. You download a zip file usually, and then you just point the Arduino IDE to the zip file, and it loads it. A library is like a sub sketch, right? It's like, so somebody went and made a sketch that does some function, and you want to just use that whole thing, but you don't want to have to type that whole thing into your sketch. So you just grab the library. I think I got simple timer from your GitHub page for the mega alarm. Oh, is that right? Oh, really? Do I have a GitHub page for the mega alarm? Optional subroutine. There you go. So Good Enough says. Link is in the code. There you go. Okay. So it should be good. I'm going to start calling you my wife. You like to spend my money. I do. I love spending other people's money, even if I don't actually get it myself. Oh, DIY Tech Repairs. There you go. Oh my gosh. I have done the fair share of it. Over 100 modules running. Oh my gosh. Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you. Dude, I am so excited. I am so excited. And DIY Tech Repairs, are you doing videos too? Are you a video making dude? DIY Tech Repairs. This you? Oh yeah. Why am I not subscribed to you? What the hey, eh? This is you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got new friends here. Oh my gosh, we're going crazy with this subscribing. Thank you very much everybody for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, DIY Tech Repairs, everybody. Check him out. Have we chatted before, dude? Probably. I'm sorry, forgive me for my ignorance. Doc is a super content creator, doesn't know he made content. I'm a super content creator? do I make content? Oh my gosh, here we go with all the subscribings. Wow. Thanks everybody. Let's do the big squirrels, right? It's raining squirrels. It's raining squirrels. Ready? I gotta sing along. Yeehaw! Cause if I don't sing along, then I get a copyright strike. And YouTube will take my $10. It's gone up actually. It was like $8. Now I think it's like 10, maybe 12 on a good day. Depends how many people watch the stream. Thanks everybody. Thanks for subscribing. Bienvenidos. I was hoping to make a video, but it likely won't happen. Man, I've been in a video making crisis. I actually have a video kind of sort of made. But anyways, we won't talk about that. This is awesome. I love your logo and stuff too, dude. This is great. How have I not watched any of your videos? Where have you been? Where have you been? Making a miniature winch out of crap. I love this. Oh my gosh, dude. We're gonna be buddies. Fantastic. Thanks for saying hi. I know I've seen you in the chat before. I've seen your name. I just somehow didn't connect this. Not the first time. Any idea why Rob Hookup prefers Node MCU versus D1 Mini, although they have the same number of useful pins? Yusuf, I think it's because the breakout of the pins is more convenient on the Node MCU. You don't have to take the time to solder all of the stuff on the Node MCU. It's already soldered for you. And also on the Node MCU, at least for me, one of the reasons I've chosen it for some projects is because it gives you multiple ground pins as well. So on the D1 Mini, even when you solder all your own pins, you only get one ground pin. That's fine, except if you wanted to connect like multiple sensors or multiple things and you needed multiple ground pins. I think the Node MCU gives you like 3 or something like that. It gives you several of them. And then there may be some advantage. I don't know. There may be some advantage to the power, the power management part of the Node MCU. I've had D1 Minis, and this may just be manufacturer specific, but I've had D1 Minis where the voltage regulator part was not so hot. Wasn't so good. Might have been extra hot. And maybe the Node MCU is better. I don't know. I don't know about that circuitry too much, but I know that I've rarely, if ever, had a problem powering a Node MCU from the pins. So if you just connect 5 volts to the 5 volt pin on a Node MCU, it almost always works. I've never had a problem doing that. But I have from time to time had a problem if I try and power a D1 Mini from just the pins. I can tell you this, and I haven't used nearly as many Node MCUs as I have D1 Minis, but in our experience, when I say our, I mean me and Quindor, in our experience with the Dig Unos and Dig Quads, the number of D1 Minis that show up DOA is ridiculously high. The Node MCU also has a 3 volt pins. That's a good point too, Justin. Does the D1 Mini not? No, the D1 Mini also has a 3 volt pin. It does. Yeah, it does. But I think that's it. D1 Mini is cheaper. I have both and use both. Yep, I'm with DIY Tech Repairs. Yep. I need to know your name now. Is it Jerome? D-A? I don't know how. Anyways. Okay. I love me some D1 Minis because they're really small and cheap too. So, but yeah, if you don't want to solder, then definitely. Daniel. Okay. Awesome. Danielle. I added generic support. I can control everything already, but need to know the protocol. Oh, okay, cool. Mini clones have a 300 milliamp. Oh, good. This is good. Mike Tennell. How you doing, by the way, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. D1 Mini clones have a 300 milliamp regulator only. Bah, bad stuff. The original one came up to 1,000 milliamps. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So when you say a clone, so if it doesn't say WeMOS on it, then you're going to potentially run into trouble with trying to use the voltage regulator. Is that what you're telling me? Daniel Romer. All right. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much. I made a new friend who's been my friend for a long time, but I didn't know it. Oh, man. I love doing this. I love this. If I could stream all day, every day, life would be amazing. Do I like the new Z-Wave implementation in Home Assistant? You know what? I listened to their podcast or watched some of their stream, and I didn't. I think it's great that what they've talked about and how much work's been done on it, and everything they said sounded wonderful. I do not have one single Z-Wave device, so there you go. I don't have a single Z-Wave device that I can test or use, but sounds like it's great. Just swapped over to Twitch. YouTube quality dropped. Oh no! Well, thank you, Tony, for sticking around anyways. Mr. DIY, clones tend to use lower quality parts, so less amps, more heat. Yeah. I think I only buy clones anymore. That's probably bad. Anyways, okay. Where were we? Does anybody remember? We're just going to throw a missile in there because I was going to press the button. Oh, the Z-Wave. Oh, the Z-Wave. Squirrel. We've squirreled around today. BMS. That's right. We were at the BMS. So anyway, so this is great. Thank you very much. You're good enough. This is great, and I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna make. I don't even know how many of the cells I'm gonna use or what voltage, and that part of what I need to do is I need to figure that out, and so I probably am going to make arrange the battery in a certain configuration, try it, and then see if it makes the car any faster. But then in order to recharge, I need this to be able to work. So you get what you pay for sure regarding D1s. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, what I was going to try. Well, let's see. Let's look at some of these other, what were some of the other topics that I put in the stream? We talked a little bit about the DIY or about the alarm system thing. We could try changing the sketch and uploading it and testing it and seeing if that works. If it doesn't work, it should work for you. So if anybody who's trying this, anybody who's trying the wired sketch for this, or the sketch for this wired alarm system, anybody who's got the parts there and is going to try it out, because maybe you've got all this stuff sitting around your house, why not? It should work for you. It should work, and it should auto discover. You may want to change. I did change one thing, because the way he's got this working is it's basically checking the state of the, it's checking the state of the doors and windows. Right now, every fifth of a second, every 200 milliseconds, it's checking the state. So that was a lot. Like, it was just a constant barrage of MQTT messages, just. So I would change this, to something. You could go 2 seconds. You don't want to go 5 seconds, but the way he's got his written is it constantly is checking the state. And that's probably good. That's probably good. It's a different way to do it than what I did. Mine, the sketch that I had, the real simple sketch where I was going to have, that didn't have the MQTT auto discovery part. That one, it just checked the state. Like, if you changed the state, it just updated, and you change the state and it just updated. But it didn't have the auto discovery. So you'd have to go in and use all that, do all that yourself. But I did do this in my testing. I changed this so that it was every 2 seconds it would check. And that was still a lot of MQTT messages, but I don't know that that's a problem. Okay. Just want to tell you that change that if you're going to use that. Polling on MQTT, that is funny. Oh, Mike, do you know a lot of stuff about it? Because I don't. What do you mean? I think you have to put the same username and password for Arduino Sketch that Home Assistant MQTT add-on, and then auto discovery might work. Let's try that, Midas. Let's try that. Let's try it. Let us try it. Okay, but I'm going to have to do this over here. Because of the wonderful things he does. All right, we're going to use we're going to use this sketch as it is right here. I'm going to go to the MQTT integration, and under reconfigure, I'm going to use this as the username in the sketch. So I'm going over here to my sketch and I'm putting that username in here. And then oops, I put it in the wrong place. I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to put the password. For the password, I'm going to go off the screen. So sorry, everyone. Where's Blade? Where's the keeper of the secrets? I'm going to go off the screen, and I'm going to grab this whole password here, and I'm going to use that password. Okay, so that's back now. And I'm going to use that password here, and let's see if that compiles. Verify, and in the meantime, I'm going to get my thing plugged back in over here. It did not. Oh, it gave me a simple timer error. That's weird. I got the same error. Huh. Interesting. And I did just load that. And I was using it yesterday. Maybe it changed. Maybe he changed something. I'm going to open recent. Open a different one. Yeah. Let's see if this one compiles. Maybe by loading that library, I've screwed something up. Yeah, I did. So by loading that library, I must have screwed something up. Because this was working. Oh, Nelly. These libraries. Probably now there's a different simple timer. I don't know my Arduino very good. Just enough to get myself into trouble. Huh. On the Pixel Pro, what level shift do you use? I'm looking into making a board with a few ESP12s I have laying around. I don't know. I don't know which ones we use. I'll have to get back to you on that. First row of building. Try it twice before changing anything. Build it again. Well, let's go through this simple timer process then. Copy and paste the code into your favorite text editor. Save those 2 files in your simple timer folder. Launch or restart the IDE. Okay. I'm just going to download this. Download the zip. Just be surprised if I don't already have it in here. No. This is weird though that it's not working. It was working before. Surprise. I guess it's not that weird, right? I shouldn't think it's that weird. I hate struggling with this stuff. Oh, the page button. Where's that page button? We'll get to that too. What can you do? What are you telling me? Is it good enough? I'm all ears, buddy. It's not done until there are flames and smoke. Don't use that one. Okay. Delete the library from the manager library section. Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, Peter. Yeah, this is a surprise stream. It's because I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. I'm not able to stream tomorrow, so I got to stream today. Put the original username and password for the Arduino Scratch MQTT add-on so that you can show the process. Don't forget to change later. Yeah. Just build it again. Sometimes it finds it the second time. Okay. And then I do like the idea of getting rid of that library. So if I add big lesson, using Zigbee, don't use switches. So, but now that I've got that simple timer library installed, that one that I didn't have installed, that I installed that's now broken, how do I uninstall it? It's not giving me an uninstall option. I would like an uninstall button, please. Crash, boom, bang. Yeah, I built it again too. It didn't work. TMC, what are you saying? Delete the library from the manage library section. Oh, I know what to do. I think I know. I think I know where it is. I think I know. Tools, manage libraries, and then it's gonna. Well, it's not giving me the delete. But I think if I go to just this whole list of libraries, where's it at? Include library. If I go to include library, can I delete it there? No. Dang. Yeah, you just see a hobbit hole, I know. Delete the folder. Okay. Oh, hey, C# worm's here. We're talking, well, you know what we're talking about. All right, so if I'm going to delete that whole folder, I've got to open, where did Arduino go? Just closed it, I guess. It's probably going to open with my password. Yay. So we're going to do this. This is my password screen. Yep, it would have too. It certainly would have. It certainly would have. Okay, so it's over here now. I'm going to go to the sketchbook. So go to Preferences. Let's open another one just so I can, I'll open a new one and then you guys can see what I'm doing at least on a different sketch. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to Preferences and then I'm going to go to this, the sketchbook location. Is that where my libraries live? This is always so fun, bouncing around here trying to find all these Arduino stuff where it puts them. Libraries. So I've got this libraries folder, if this is the right one or not. And I don't see, nope, I don't see it must not be there. Documents, Arduino libraries. Huh. That's not where it is. Search. Arduino secrets.h, so it didn't show up so much. By fun, do you mean annoying? Yes, I do. By fun, I mean I hate this. The Marlin build is stuck with similar problems. Whoa. Not my expertise. Don't want to lead you the wrong. Oh, that's okay. Too many library folders. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see if it says where it is here. In the meantime, you guys can look at the Hobbit hole while I just poke around here trying to find this, how to get rid of it. It would have been fine if I hadn't loaded that library, huh? How do I undo a library? Just delete the folder, huh? Locate your sketchbook. Go to the location, open the libraries, delete the folder containing in the library. That's what I did. That's what I did. All right, it's here. Documents. Maybe it's Arduino data. No. See, this has my sketches. This doesn't have a bunch of libraries. I guess if I go in here. Why would it not be here? Where else could it be? Okay, well, you can look at libraries, open the libraries folder. I did. In the build error, maybe there's a clue in the build error. Good question. Great question. Let's see. Arduino documents, Arduino libraries. Oh, there's a libraries folder in the libraries folder. Like, why would I not know that? Good call, sir. Good enough. Good call. You led us in the right direction. Arduino. Libraries. And then I guess there's another libraries folder here. Libraries. Oh, míralo. And here we go. And this is the one I just installed, which is the wrong one. So we are going to right click and send you to the abyss. Get out of my face. Now let's just try and compile again. And it's compiling. It's so close. Compiled. That was it. That was the trick. Okay. So I don't remember who it was that said initially they had that problem, but there you go. Get rid of that. With your system, no telling about as bad as mine. Mine is bad. I'm not home in front of a computer, but we'll be in a little bit. Okay, C# worm, thank you. Yeah, we're going to see this is going to work. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. So I just compiled it. And in this compiled version, I have a new MQTT user and password. And so we're going to upload this now. We're going to upload it. It's not connected to Ethernet though. Let's do that. One of these days we're going to play around with the Pi 400 too, because I've got a Pi 400 over here that I'm just dying to use. I want to use it just like for normal stuff. I'm actually waiting for Bango to send me a monitor. Oh man. Okay, there we go. Now the Ethernet is connected. It didn't have to be, but that way we'll get some serial monitor output. All right, so we're going to upload the new sketch. I know you can't see it, but it's because I'm trying to save my password. Okay, it is uploading. So we should get something here in a minute. Verify flash, done. Okay, so that worked. Now, I don't see anything on. Oh, there it is. Attempting MQTT connection failed. Uh-oh. 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 Can anybody tell me where that's from? When I go, uh-oh. 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 All right, well, that ain't it. No funciona. No funciona. No funciona. So that's not the right username and password to use. Okay, then. What we will do instead, we're going to disconnect that. Oop. And we're going to go back to the sketch. And we're going to change that username and password again. We're going to just make it MQTT. And the password, we're going to do something generic. We're going to use my famous generic password, which is DrZzs_PW1. So this is what I'm doing for everybody out there. And this is what I'm doing. So we're now going to use this password. And so what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go into the MQTT add-on configuration and add this user and password. Okay. MC Hammer, Rain Man. Nope. ICQ. I don't know what ICQ is, Matage, but it is Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb. Aha. That's the so if you watch Phineas and Ferb, the Agent P, the Perry the Platypus, his commander, which is like Monogram or something, like not Captain Monogram, but General Monogram or something. I don't remember his name exactly. But when there's an alert, he goes, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. And then he always goes, he looks at his watch, uh-oh. So I like it. Anyways, you have to use the password from your Mosquito server. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I tried. That's what I tried. You don't watch cartoons? Oh man, you should watch Phineas and Ferb. Because if you're a maker, which I know you are, Phineas and Ferb are fantastic makers. I love Phineas and Ferb. He doesn't know ICQ? What? I don't know ICQ. Is the I... Oh, no, it's not. Ah, that's the problem. This is wrong. Oh, who saw that? Who saw that? Mattis. Mattis, you get the winner of the day award. That is right. That is right. Okay. So I got to change this then. We're going to put it back. We're going to go back. We're going to go Control Z. Boom. Boom. We're going to put that back. We're going to fix the IP address. Oh my gosh, you blasted genius, you. We're going to recompile. Oh, you blasted genius. Thank you so much. Oh, man. ICU. Oh, one of the first instant messaging apps from the 90s. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I didn't. I had a pager in the 90s. I didn't have ICU. I didn't have a good computer in the 90s. I wanted one. I didn't have one. Okay, so it's done compiling. Great. We're going to plug it back in. We are going to open the serial monitor. And we are going to upload El Sketcho. Okay. Okay, it's writing. It's working. It's working. What do you guys think about the Star Wars sequels? The sequel trilogy, as it's been called, that they want to like completely abandon and redo. Look, there it is. It's working. It's working. It's working. So this is what it does. So every 2 seconds, it's sending messages again. Thank you very much. So that was it. So it was able to log into the MQTT broker. Now, the other thing that you can do also is you can use MQTT Explorer instead of the Arduino, what do you call that thing? The serial monitor. And you can see here that it is binary sensor updating, right? All the time. It's binary sensor updating every 2 minutes. So now, the moment of the truth. Here comes the moment of truth. You ready? We're going to go to Home Assistant Blue. We are going to go to the entities page. And we are going to see if it shows up. Nope. Not showing up. Not showing up. Yep. Yep. Okay. And we can do a restart. You don't usually have to do a restart when you're having MQTT auto discovery, but what the heck, we'll do it just for kicksies. So that didn't do it. Didn't do it. MQTT Explorer is for sure one of the best tools. I love it. AVR. Move to ARM. ¿Qué es eso? Senior Jaimito. Jaimito. Little Jaime. Should be an MQTT. We can go look. We'll go look for it. It should just, they should appear there in the entities, but we'll go look for it. You think it's going to be here in MQTT? Yeah, it ain't. It ain't. Keeps bouncing around, just keeps finding new things. Where'd it go? Yeah, it shows 12 entities, but these are just, nope. Reload MQTT entities button. Secret menu. Oh, and the C secret menu thing. Oh, okay. We'll do that. C. Oh, wait. Oh. MQ. Then reload. Reload. Timer, script, scenes, people, input, numbers, dates, times. Reload input booleans. Groups. So maybe this. I don't know. I don't know if that'll work. Do anything or not. We'll try it a couple times. But I don't think it's going to be there. You could you only have check the status while in alarm status? Probably, Nick. Can you write that sketch? Can you make that happen? I can't. I cannot. That's kind of excessive. I would pull slower than every 2 seconds. You could. I thought there was one. Let me look, but reboot covered it anyways. That's true. Reboot would totally cover it anyways. Thank you very much for subscribing, Randy. I know I don't celebrate every subscription, but I like to celebrate some when I see them. What's the notification? It's going to be, there's a bunch of new devices. You can check it out, but it's a bunch of ESP home devices that I just haven't bothered to configure. It's detecting these even though they were created in the other instance of Home Assistant. So that's what it is. By the way, how you been, Jeff Hammer? Good to see you, amigo. Okay, well, I don't think that's it. We can go back here and check in the entities again, but it's not. They're not going to be there. Yeah, because they'd be under binary sensors. So I think one more time. Yeah, if it's auto discovered, it should show there, right? You missed travel? Aw. Did you do that a lot for your work or something? Did I turn it off and back on again? Yeah, it should just show up there. So the next thing to try. So we tried that. We tried using the user and password that are in the reconfigure box for the Home Assistant or for the MQTT integration, the integration menu. So instead of that, we're going to try another thing. And that other thing we're going to try is to go into the actual add-on, the Mosquito Broker add-on. We're going to go to the configuration and we're going to add a user. Now I want to make sure I do this right. So I actually need to look at the docs here. Let's see. Is it in the documentation? Yeah. So here, I want to use this. So we're going to take this, we're going to copy that over. We're going to go over here. Oh, logins, it's already there, isn't it? Oops. I know this isn't going to work right. I have to take this out. Okay, logins. And then does it have to be inside of this? No, that's just saying that there's none, right? Or do I need to go like that and that? I don't think I need those. I don't think I need those brackets. When that line is red over there, that means no bueno. So we're going to call this MQTT. Oh, I already have a username. That's that. We'll call it MQTT D for discover. And then for the password, we're going to use a generic password that I will change later, so don't even try it. I know what you're thinking. But I'll just show you how to do this, I guess. DrZzs PW1, which is absolutely the worst password ever. All right. So we're going to save that. Now that's going to do a couple things. I think once I do this, it's probably not going to allow other passwords to log in, but I don't know for sure. So we'll see. Okay, we're going to restart the add-on, and then we're going to go over to the sketch, and we're going to use that username and password in the sketch. Okay, so there's the password, and then here is going to be the MQTT _D. All right, so this username and password matches this. Okay, what the heck? We'll give it a try. You really don't need a password if you're running your home network, though. I don't bother with it. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we're gonna upload because it will verify and upload at the same time. So bingo. Compile el sketcho. In this case, I'm not really concerned about hiding a password. You can watch this. Oh, that flashed something crazy, didn't it? I was just trying to open the serial monitor. And in a moment, the serial monitor should start to give us stuff. Yep, there it is. Okay, so the serial monitor is working. So it is connecting. That's great. So now, like I really and truly do believe, why is this frozen? Frozen. Don't be frozen. Okay. I really do believe that those entities should just appear, and they still are not appearing. Yeah. So I've got something else screwy with my, and I did go into the config YAML. Oh, did I change that? Anyways, we'll do it over here. We'll do it through VS Code. I did go into my config YAML, and I did do this, right? Even though it says that it's enabled by default. So that's there in the configuration. I don't know why MQTT configuration is broken for me. Is it necessary to create an MQTT user and Home Assistant also? So I did that, Thierry. That's what I was using initially. Multiple passwords on Discord. Oh, okay. Did you send it right to me? Let's see. Is it in, did you put it in the live stream? Okay. So here's Sir Goodenough's configuration, and he's got multiple logins and passwords. Okay, great. So you can do that. That's wonderful. I wonder if here's an interesting thing to test, because I do have devices in this instance of Home Assistant which are connected to MQTT. They're not showing up now. They're not showing up there anyways. But I do have like this RV plug. So this RV plug out there is a Tasmota plug. Oh my gosh. Really? There's more there. There's more entities there already than I realized. Oh, really? Oh, look at that. Yeah. It's gone. So what that means is if you, yeah, it's gone. All right. So if you override, if you go into the broker or go into the integration like I just did, and if you go in here to the add-on and the configuration and you do this, if you do this, then you can't use the username and password that, like if you, so when I guess, let me back up. I know what I'm thinking. Now I have to just get it out of my mouth. When I set up the MQTT broker, I set up a Home Assistant user and password, a separate user from the one that I normally log into. This B is down here because the user here is DrZzs. I have a user that I called MQTT. That's what I was using to have my Tasmota devices connect to Home Assistant. That user, that Home Assistant user and password. So instead of putting it in here, I was just putting it in down here. When I defined this, it stopped allowing that user to connect to the MQTT broker. Do you see that? So it's one or the other. Either you put your MQTT user and password here, or you use a Home Assistant user and password. You can either create it as a separate user, or you can use one that you already had. You can use your main one, whatever. Always have interference in the brain to mouth conduit. Always has to be difficult. Did you create an administrator user? Yes. Yeah, Raspy, that's what I had done. That's what I had done. So there you go. But regardless, my MQTT discovery is not working. Let's hope it's not a fatal error. Interesting. Okay, well, so here's what I'm thinking. This Arduino sketch works. It works for Worm, and it probably works for others. I would expect it would work. The MQTT discovery. I would love for you guys to try it. If you have an Arduino Mega and an Ethernet board, please try it. Because I think it's a really good sketch to have. And maybe we build it differently. Maybe instead of polling MQTT, we do it a different way. I don't know. But I think what I'm gonna do, and Worm, don't feel bad. I've loved what I've learned through all this, but I'm still not having luck with discovery. So I'm going to go back to my original sketch and just put them in manually. I like the way you're doing it, and I want that to work. But I'm going to go back a few steps and get that thing working so I can keep going with my configuration. And then once we get this teased out and figure out why my MQTT discovery is not working, we'll come back to it. Okay? Was deleting the integration and set the unit manually, then Bach auto discover. Damien, you had a problem too? I felt that adding the Home Assistant user gave that many more login and obvious place to break in. Better hidden in the add-on with a secret. The Worm's theory of security. Oh, okay. Might work. What does the data look like in the MQTT Explorer? It looks like this. So it's popping up. It's every time you see it flash like that, it's polling. Basically, it's checking the state of those. So it's giving you the state on. And then if I were to take a jumper, if I take a jumper here and I go between ground and one of these pins that is one of the doors or something. So now, see that? Guest. So window, guest, bed, east. So down in the basement, the east bedroom or the window on the east side is now off because it's grounded. because I stuck a jumper in there. If I take the jumper out, it goes back. See? Okay. Is it not Home Assistant? It is. So it's under this topic here, see? And I know that it has worked for other things. So it could be the format of this. Maybe it's the format. Well, it's working for him. I don't understand. So under this broker, here's the main heading, Home Assistant, right? And it did auto-discover these other things. This is the RV stuff that it auto-discovered. That now it's not, because those are not able to connect, so it's not giving me updates. But those are under the same heading. They're under the same auto-discover topic as these switches. So it totally should be auto-discovering these, and I don't know why it's not. What is the IP address of the Mega? But let me see. I do not know. Bah. Oh, it was there. I thought it was there. That's so funny. I'll just look at wired, because there's only so many wired connections. I do not know. I don't see it. It's weird. How could that be? How could that be? Statically set in the sketch? It is? Oh, I don't think so. Is it? That would suck. But how is it getting these messages if it is? To fix it completely, you have to delete the integration and set up the integration manually and check the box auto discovery. Damien, so I agree that was a thing. That was a thing. When I went here, or actually I was looking here, I just went to Home Assistant MQTT Discovery, and I was reading in the docs here, and what it says about discovery is that it is now automatically turned on unless you do something else with it. Yeah, here it is. MQTT Discovery is enabled by default. To disable it, add the following to your configuration file. MQTT Discovery false. Okay, C#Worm says it's statically set as a fallback if DHCP doesn't work. So let's open the sketch again and see. Yeah, that's what this all means. So, but why would it? How would it be able to get the MQTT messages here, which it's obviously doing? How would it be able to do that if it's not connected to the network? If it's not connected to here, how would that work? And I guess I should probably change that. Yours didn't work and that's what fixed it. I'll try it again. Set the fallback. Yeah, that's probably part of it, Jeff. I think you're right. So the fallback is here, right? To use if the DHC fails. Okay, so let's try this. This has got to be a 1. This has got to be a 1. And then this has got to be something really high for me. It's got to be like 240. I think I'm on 243. No. 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm on 243. Okay. So we'll try that. Let's upload that and see. I don't know what difference that would make, but we'll see. What happens when you restart your Home Assistant? That works for me. We'll give it a try, Damien. We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. I had to think about something that Paul Hibbert said as I was going through this the other day. So, and this is not at all to, this is not at all to diminish the work that C#Worm has done, because I do appreciate it and I do love doing this. But I have to think, okay, I'm doing this auto discovery in order to avoid manually building these sensors in Home Assistant. In the time that I've spent troubleshooting the auto discovery, I'm sure I could have built them in Home Assistant by now. Anyways, that's not necessarily a reason not to do it even, right? I mean, we do this because it's fun to tinker and it's fun to learn. All right, let's see if it auto-discovered them this time. Still did not auto-discover them. We can give Home Assistant a big old fat restart. We did see that it is, they are showing up. The MQTT messages are showing up. I guess we can look and see if it's connected to the Dream Machine now. Which is so weird. How could it not be showing up here? I mean, it is a wired, it's a wired connection. Like, it's clearly wired. I don't understand. Maybe because it's doing it through remove MQTT, follow the steps, very precise install add-on, reboot, adjust the name and password, create new user in Home Assistant, reboot, go to integration and add MQTT. Yeah, bag all that. Yeah, bag all that. I think I'm just going to have to go back to my old sketch and just put it in. I don't know why this isn't showing up. That's so weird. You can see the data, it's connected for sure, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is it at? Nope. You can look at the, sometimes I look at the uptime to see what's been up in the last few minutes. It doesn't show it as being connected. Could it be that could it be connecting because it's connected through a serial, through USB, right? Because it's plugged into a USB port. Could that be doing it? Restart the device I just changed. This will be the end of this, though. We're going to move on after this. All right. I do not have a Wi-Fi. Nope, it's still working there. Okay, so that's working. It's not showing up as 143, which is fine if DHCP gave it an address, which it did not. It's nowhere here. That is a conundrum. That is a conundrum. Using MQTT Explorer. Yeah, I do have traffic, and that's what this is. It's working. So I don't know. I do not know. I guess one thing to do is to do this. The payload is wrong for discovery. Look closer at the value of those that did work. Okay. So let's look at this. The ones that did work. Home Assistant, sensor, this. So the light, let's look at the light. Okay. And now let's look at one of these. Is it because of that state? Is it because of that state topic? So, but here's the crazy thing is it's working for somebody else though. Like it's working for Worm. So I'm gonna, okay, I connected the Arduino Mega to power that is not a USB connected to the network and it's still working. So it's clearly connected to the network. It is absolutely connected to the network. It is not connected any other way. How's it going, Scarlax? And it's not, there's no Wi-Fi and it has to be communicating through the Ethernet. Why is it not showing up on the Dream Machine? Because my Dream Machine hates me. Oh, we were looking at the topics and we were looking at the auto-discovered topics. Home Assistant and MQTT. Yeah, we were trying a bunch of that stuff. Ignore Unify list. It happens. Okay. It's working for others. What about that hair attribute? That's what it is, Rambozo. It's the Justin.hair attribute, which is null. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna shelf this. We're gonna shelf this. We only have a few more minutes before I gotta get going. And so that was a good time. And we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna come back to it. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I had a good time. I appreciate everybody's help, and I don't keep working on it. If somebody out there can sort that out, see how many other people it will work for, because it did work for C# Worm. So I have no reason to think that it wouldn't work. I don't know. I just don't know what is different about mine and why it wouldn't work. I could try. Well, I'm not going to try anything else today, because again, I could have got this. I could have had this done had I not been trying to get it working. So to get the auto discovery part going. So anyways, no big deal. No big deal. That was fun. We learned a lot of stuff. What else was I going to say before we go? Oh, so let's talk about a couple things. I do have a few minutes. So let's just prep for the next time we get to stream, which I've probably going to be Tuesday. Might be Monday, Tuesday. Jordan says auto discovery is auto fail. It was so tempting. It was so tempting. Let's talk about this for a minute. This is an app, or I guess it's a software. What's the difference? I don't know. It's a software that's called LumaStream. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to make it so that you all out there in the Twitch and YouTube-verse will be able to make things happen with lights in my studio office here, whatever, right? I haven't finished totally playing with it, but the guys who make this contacted me and they're like, hey, we came up with this thing. And then they made it work with like WLED and stuff. So when you go to add things like, you go to add lights, if you go to lights off, no, scene color, default lights, default type, dynamic, default devices, slobs. Where is it? Devices, WLED. So I should be able to add, oh no, okay, maybe it's up here in home. Turn it on. There it goes. Well, obviously I need to work on learning how to use this. But it's supposed to be able to do some things so that you guys can type something in a chat and we can make lights and things happen. Isn't that awesome? When you get on a squirrel, that's right. So this isn't going to be Sir Goodenough's pager. He's going to get a better system for paging. But this is something that could happen. You wanted to know what to do with your 64,000 acorns or nuts or whatever we call them. We can make it so that you can spend those acorns. So as you're watching the stream, you're adding up currency in the form of nuts because it's a squirrel kind of thing. Huh? You can spend those to make things happen with the lights, right? Settings, connections, lights. Settings, connections, lights. There it is. Okay, sweet. Thank you. And then we go to WLED, connected. Next. Manual entry. Okay, cool. Here we go. Oh, I know what we'll do. So we're going to go 192.168. 184. And give it a friendly name. This is going to be the 16X matrix. Add WLED. Next. Okay, so many ideas. Oh, look at that. It says broadcast, so it's connected. Okay, well, that's good. Now what? Okay, so it's on over there. We're going to set it to solid. We're going to turn on the brightness so it doesn't melt anything because there's 256 LEDs in like this little space like this. And it would be great exactly for when I forget to turn off the overhead light. Oh, wait, somebody's making it flash. What just happened? Who did that? Did somebody do that? Why is it flashing blue? What's happening? Now it stopped. Oh, wait. Channel does not have channel memberships enabled. Okay, well, anyways, we got to play with this. So if anybody wants to download Lumia Stream and play with it, I leaked the URL. Oh, is that what happened? So who did that? Do it again. Different toy to play with on another stream. That's right. 63,200. Red. That didn't do it. That's the default reaction for a subscriber. Oh, is this you? Ahad Cove, this is you. Thank you, Mike 47 UK. Yes, this is so Ahad Cove. How do I say your name? What do you want me to call you? So this is the developer. Ahad Cove is the developer of Lumia. Okay, of Lumia Stream, and I'm very excited to get to learn how to use it. I've got to go today because this is birthday weekend at the Aiden house. Ahad is fine. Okay, great. Ahad it is. So this is birthday weekend at the Aiden house. Yesterday, February 5th, is Grace's birthday. Tomorrow, February 7th, is Dawson's birthday. So today is birthday weekend, and I'm working tomorrow. So today, the rest of the day, we're gonna be out and about. We're gonna go. We got a bunch of stuff going on today, and I'm working tomorrow, so I can't do stream tomorrow. I am off, I believe, Monday and Tuesday. So we might be able to squeeze in a stream then. And this is something I really would like to get up and working. I've got plenty of LEDs around. I actually made a happy birthday weekend. Thank you, Ryan. I've got plenty of LEDs around. I fixed my desk LEDs finally, and I fixed them in a way that I'm very, very happy with. I took the LEDs that I was testing with a long time ago, and I actually put them up higher so that I can see them. Oh, subscribe. There it goes. It's blinking. New subscriber. It's blinking blue. Can you see it? You can kind of see it on my face. That is so cool. Notice your MQTT Explorer that the config message for the sensor was not there. It needs to be there for auto discovery to work. Ooh. Config message for the sensors. Okay. Okay, well let's talk about that. So anyways, we'll talk about this, and the other thing I want to talk about is Luciferin, because I have two monitors here. I've always had, or for a long time, for a year now, I've had my lights behind one of the monitors set up with Hyperion, and it's worked well. But I want to do both. And so I was playing around with Luciferin, which is the it's only for like PCs, or I guess you can use it with Linux, and Mac is coming, they say. So, but you use, an ESP device connected to your computer, and you don't even have to use the Wi-Fi. You can just use it connected to your USB, and it will send the information from the screen to the LEDs on the back that are connected to this. So I want to get that working. I've got it close, but I haven't gotten it completely. Yeah, the light bounces off the top of my dome. That's awesome, Aaron. That is awesome. We're going to call it the dome light. Oh, yes. It's the dome light. Okay. All right. That's enough. That's enough silliness for today. I had a good time. I hope you all had a good time. Let's tell the kids it's time for sign off. Say 63,300 nuts now. Here comes. Does that make me a zombie? DHCA. If I had DHCA, does that make me a zombie? I have no idea what that means, Rambozo. No idea what that means. Hello, everybody wants to say happy birthday to you. Okay, good. We didn't talk about webhooks, Heli Pilot. Webhooks is how we're gonna set the pager system for Sir Goodenough and a couple others, Blade and such. But that's what we'll talk about webhooks as a way to let them page me. So happy birthday. Never grow up. You too. You never grow up either.
Thank you.
Okay. So how do you want to say sign off?
Singing happy birthday.
Do you want to sing happy birthday? Or do we want to sign off like it's happy birthday?
Like it's happy birthday.
Okay, we're gonna sign off to the music of happy birthday. That's gonna be really hard.
No.
As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. Bye. That was a horrible fail. Let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and Dawson. Happy birthday to you and Dawson. All right, guys. Adios.
Bye.
Okay. That was interesting.